Hello, today we're going to give a presentation on the topic, the application of Test Fairness Framework, in short TFF, on the GSAT. Our teammates are Zheng Yuanhan, Lin Xiangyong, He Peirong, Zhang Buyuan, and Chen Yuan. First, we're going to talk about the General Scholastic Ability Test, in short GSAT. This is for students planning to participate in the STARS program or the personal application process. The main subjects are Chinese, English, mathematics, social studies, and science. The exam mainly focuses on the fundamental concepts, and it covers the knowledge of required subjects students study in their first and second years of high school. Candidates are tested to determine their readiness for college study. The main components of Test Fairness Frameworks are: first, validity; second, absence of bias; third, access; fourth, administration; and finally, social consequences.
The first component is on validity, and we have content-related validity and internal consistency reliability. The content-related validity of each test is maintained with rigorous propositional standard operating procedures. First of all, the staff of the proposition group must fully understand the high school curriculum syllabus and the purpose of the test itself in order to formulate test questions according to the test syllabus and the test reference manual. References to various versions of textbooks will be done to formulate test questions, which will be determined after group discussion. Some test questions provided by the Central Question Bank will then be mixed with these questions to form a test paper. Examination work is performed by another group of university professors called proposition consultants to provide suggestions for proposition group for revision. After the proposition team revises the test questions according to the revision suggestions, it must be reviewed by the proposition consultant again. Revision of the test paper is repeated until the final version of the test paper is completed. High school teachers will also conduct examinations and review of the test questions, and propose questions for revision and paper composition from the perspective of high school teaching to assist in completing the formal test. In case of reliability, the alpha coefficient from Cronbach was used to check the internal consistency reliability after the test. According to statistics, GSAT in 101 to 105 have good internal consistency reliability coefficient.
And then I'm going to talk about the absence of bias. First of all, offensive content or language, which is scarcely any. Taiwan is a country inclusive of diversity and inclusion. Not to mention that, test questions in GSAT are all drawn by a group of people, the proposition group, instead of one, and examined by proposition consultants and high school teachers. Second, unfair penalization based on test taker's background, which is also scarcely any. The reason, same as above. Third, disparate impact and standard setting. There are policies set to profit students with special identities. For example, Aborigines, veterans, Mongolians, and Tibetans. They can get extra points and preferential treatment. While the system is created to attain equity, it is certainly controversial. There must be some other students who should benefit from this policy yet fail to fit in this category, vice versa.
Then I will talk about the access, educational access. In Taiwan, we have 12-year compulsory education. Thus, GSAT is surely accessible to test takers in terms of opportunity to learn the content and get familiar with the types of tasks and cognitive demands. Next one is financial access. The Ministry of Education does provide various education exemptions, subsidies, and improvement measures to reduce the burden of students participating in GSAT. For instance, it is completely free for students from low-income families to take the exam. Next one is geographical access. While the Ministry of Education gave no explanations on the allocation of exam sites, GSAT usually takes place at the student's own school or schools near the student's residence address. The next page. Personal access. GSAT does provide test takers who have physical or learning disabilities appropriate test accommodations. For instance, students with visual impairment, hearing impairment, physical impairment, and other disabilities are assigned to special exam rooms. Specialized aid are also provided to assist the students. A large paper exam questions for the visual impaired. The last one is conditions or equipment access. Practice tests are frequently given at school before GSAT, so periodically there shouldn't be any concerns upon this matter.
Okay, on the aspect of administration, there are two ways on the one is physical conditions. Since 105 academic year, the Ministry of Education has decided to fully open the year condition examination rooms for GSAT in order to provide all test takers with a better test taking environment. And another is uniformity or consistency, except those receiving accommodations due to disability. All test takers for GSAT do receive the test under the same conditions. Okay, next page. On the aspect of social consequence, they also have to differentiate to weigh in there. The one is watch back. The reform of the education system does have an impact on teachers' teaching beliefs and teaching materials. For instance, it's clear that the English subject taught in high school centralizes on the development of reading and writing ability. The cultivation of speaking ability is totally left out since the English test GSAT provides do not include test items related to speaking. And for remedies, if GSAT test takers have double upon the results, they may apply for score review to check whether the score of his/her answer card is the same as the results on his report card. This is no evolution change of test results shall only be caused by incorrect score calculations. Okay, thank you, and that's all. This is references and okay, the end. Bye bye. Thanks for listening.